Good morning, Facebook Live. What's happening, everybody? Marcus here, your chef on a mission, and I am in beautiful, here are we? So service here is very spotty where I'm at. Hopefully we can get this Facebook Live in. Bear with me if you tune in. So I don't know if there's a better position for me to do this. Maybe I can log on to the hotel's Wi-Fi, which I thought I was. So my feelings on Restaurant Week. If you're tuning in, just drop a comment, #live or #replay if it's on the replay. I am in beautiful Riverhead right now, heading back to the North Fork today to do some more winery research. Had a great day yesterday, great 2 days, the last 2 days, and made a very vital connection last night that we're gonna go check out some really cool wineries today, some really small ones. But I'm right now at the Preston House. Just bear with me here if you're watching this. Because at the end, I think you'll be able to watch it all the way through because I'm going in and out. But Restaurant Week, Hudson Valley Restaurant Week is coming up. We ate at this restaurant here last night, and it's Restaurant Week here in Long Island. This part of Long Island has having Long Island Restaurant Week or Hamptons Restaurant Week, whatever it's called. They're having Restaurant Week here. And we had an amazing meal there last night for $35. It was the only menu they were serving last night. So we didn't have a choice of other menus. That was it. That's all we could get. But I want to share my feelings on Restaurant Week in general. So Restaurant Week in general, Hudson Valley does a Restaurant Week. They've been doing it for, I don't know, 15, 16, 17, 18 years. We participated 15, 16 years ago a couple of years we participated. And I got to tell you, we will never, ever do Restaurant Week again. And here's why. So I feel, this may be my personal opinion, I feel that it is a big business for the organizers. The organizers are Hudson Valley Table Magazine, which I'm not a fan of to begin with. Years ago, when I would send them press releases and try to send them content, I was directly told from them that it was a pay to play, that I needed to do advertising. If I was going to do advertising, that they would actually write an article about me. This is why Hudson Valley Table has only had us in 18 years like once as a mention. That's why, because it's a pay to play. All those editorials they do are people who advertise, who give them money. I don't think that's fair. I understand they have to pay their bills, but I think those two departments should be different. You should have a sales department that goes out and sells a high quality product. You have an editorial department that creates that high quality on their own without any influence, that wants people to advertise in them. So Hudson Valley Table, not Hudson Valley Magazine, Hudson Valley Table. So I have not been a fan of them for years. They're the ones who actually organize Hudson Valley Restaurant Week. Most people don't know, but it costs like $800 for each restaurant to join Hudson Valley Restaurant Week. They have 113 people as of this morning signed up. They'll probably get 200 restaurants signed up. At 113 people times 800, that's about, I think, $90,000. They've already created $90,000 worth of revenue. Now, they say this revenue is for marketing efforts. Give me $90,000 and I will do an insane job in marketing efforts, like insane job in marketing efforts. So, they also have corporate sponsors that come in for $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 slots as well. So I've estimated in the past that Restaurant Week has had a gross revenue of about $200,000 to $300,000 depending upon the year. They do this twice a year, by the way. Twice a year. They do it in the spring and they do it in the fall. If you go onto the website for Hudson Valley Restaurant Week, not one place does it say that this is a charity, that it benefits an organization, nothing involved in cancer research or kids or this sort of type of thing. Not anywhere on the website does it say what it involves as far as does it benefit anything. I've specifically asked point blank, what does this benefit? I've never gotten an answer. I've even commented online on their posts. Is this a charity? What does this benefit? And I never get an answer. So what they do is they expect restaurants to pay $800. By the way, I'm in Riverhead if you're just tuning in. I just got done with my run. That's why I got my running clothes on here and I'm a little sweaty. Great morning here. Just went out for a couple mile run on the waterfront. So I've asked them, well, where does this money go? Like what does this do? Oh, it's for advertising. It's for advertising. So you pull in $200,000 a year, twice a year for advertising, $400,000 to advertise Restaurant Week. And then you expect restaurants to actually give their food away. You actually expect them to give their food away for $35, 3 courses. The food we had here last night, I know this place didn't make money on it. The food here last night was insane. It was awesome for $35 for 3 courses. It was the only thing they were offering last night. I would have ordered more food, but that was it. Actually, I was able to order some oysters. I asked the general manager. He was like, yeah, we got oysters back there. Absolutely. We're on Long Island, so I figured I'd get some oysters. So, Hudson Valley Restaurant Week, then they actually get chefs, well-known chefs in the community to be on the board of this. And I don't know if any of these chefs are even questioning, like, where's this money going? Is this a big for-profit business that you're volunteering your time for, and then you're exploiting restaurants to give their food away? You basically give their food away, then you charge them $800, and you're making all this money for the organizers. So I have major issues. Now, maybe I'm totally wrong on this. Maybe I'm a 1,000% wrong, and if I am wrong, I'd love to be corrected on this. Share this video with anybody, share it with other restaurant owners, share it with guests that go out to Restaurant for Restaurant Week, because it's not a good deal for the restaurants, folks. It's not a good deal for the restaurants at all, and I don't know why. Well, I do know why restaurants do it. Because I think some restaurants don't know how to market on their own and create their own list. Like, for example, we're doing all these $9.99 deals. We create all these amazing deals that we get to advertise, and I'd rather take that $800 and give you guys discounts and put that into the food quality, as opposed to paying an organization that I don't know where the money's going at all. Now, maybe it does go to charity. If it goes to charity, I would urge the organizers, Hudson Valley Table, to actually put that on the website, what it's benefiting. But as right now, it seems like a major revenue of about $400,000 on the small side for them, $400,000 in revenue for a magazine. That's significant. That's really significant. Several years ago, 10 or 12 years ago, I tried to start like beer and cheese week in the Hudson Valley, because we have all these great beers and cheese. And Tommy Keegan and I were working together, and we did a Hudson Valley Cheese and Beer Festival at Keegan Ales. And we had all these beer breweries come in and distilleries, and basically Tommy and I just gave it away to everybody and was like, here you go. Like, we didn't make money on this thing. It was just to promote everything we had. And Tommy and I had big plans for this Hudson Valley beer and cheese. We wanted to do a beer and cheese week to get other restaurants to do it. And folks, I'm running a restaurant, I'm doing other things, so I just couldn't kick that off. But I wanted to do something truly for the community that was a non-profit, and just did nothing but truly promote, and not worry about turning this into a big business. Would I have made a few bucks on it? Yeah, probably would have made a few bucks, to be transparent, absolutely. Would I have been bringing in $400,000 and exploiting restaurants to give away their food and charge them $800 and then make other chefs pretend that they're volunteering on a board to do something good? I probably wouldn't have done that. Probably would not have done that at all. And maybe I'm totally wrong with Hudson Valley Restaurant Week. Maybe I'm totally wrong. I actually did some research and went around to other restaurant weeks across the country and looked on their websites. I know it seems to be a lot of these restaurants are a business. They start out as sometimes they're hosted by the Chamber of Commerce. Sometimes they do go to charity. Sometimes they do benefit. If you're doing the Chamber of Commerce, obviously that's a benefit. That's a big fundraiser. But a lot of restaurant weeks around the country are actually organized by for-profit companies, private companies that are going out there to turn this into a big business, that are making more money than the restaurants are making. And I just feel that they're taking advantage and exploiting restaurants. So that's my feelings on Hudson Valley Restaurant Week, or restaurant weeks in general. If you're gonna partake in a restaurant, order extra stuff, because the restaurant's not making money. And if you like find a restaurant that you'd like, visit them again. Visit them again. A lot of people that go out for restaurant weeks, not everybody, but a lot of people are bargain shoppers. They just typically go out for restaurant week and they'll take advantage of all these restaurants, and you won't see them again because they're cheap. That's not everybody, that's just certain people. But they're cheap, you'll never see them again. Now, if you're a good restaurateur, you're going to start building a database from everybody who walks into your door, and then communicate to them, and then do your own deals that are gonna be like Restaurant Week, and get people back in without paying the $800 fee, which is what I had done years ago. And I got a letter from Hudson Valley Restaurant Week saying that I'm not allowed to advertise a 3-course menu, a 3-course local menu at the same price that they were offering it, and call it restaurant, whatever I was calling it, that I wasn't allowed to do that. And they actually sent me a legal letter saying that I can have whatever I was doing, my 3 courses for, could not have any, not only affiliation, recognition, or anything that might confuse people, about Hudson Valley Restaurant Week. So even if I wanted to do a Hudson Valley menu, let's say during Restaurant Week, I wanted to do Hudson Valley 3-course menu for $35.95, which is the same, as they're doing Hudson Valley Restaurant Week. Let's say I wanted to do a whole Hudson Valley menu, Hudson Valley bounty menu, 3 courses, $35.95. I guarantee you they will write me a letter and say, you cannot use that, you cannot charge the same price, you cannot affiliate, or whatever. I can guarantee you, because that's what they did to me before. Restaurant Week is supposed to be in the guidelines, which they did a terrible job of this years ago, policing it. And I went to them after our second Restaurant Week and told them everything I was upset with. And they knew right up front everything that I was unhappy with. They expect restaurants to give their full portions, 3 courses of their full portions, which is an insane deal. Most restaurants back then, I don't know if they are now, were giving modified menus, small tasting menus. And that wasn't in the laws or in the rules and regulations of entering Restaurant Week. You had to take what was on your menu currently in the full portion size and then provide those massive discounts. And years ago when we did it was like $26 for dinner. Now it's up to $35, $36, I think. I don't really pay attention to the pricing details on that. But those are my thoughts on Restaurant Week. Share this with another restaurant owner. Share it with people who go out to eat for Restaurant Week. Share it with anybody. And again, if I'm wrong, somebody from Restaurant Week can contact me and show me, and I'd love to be wrong with this. I'd love to think that they're bringing $400,000 into a private business that's not exploiting restaurants and that's doing good with the money and giving back. I'd love to think that. All right, folks, have a great day. Jamie and I are going to be out on the wine trail again today here in the North Fork. In the North Fork here. We have a couple really cool wineries we're going to visit today. We're planning a trip down to Long Island, a group trip. If you want to get in on this group trip, stay tuned for details. Weekends are very hard down here because it's just so busy, really, really busy. We got to do the shoulder season, which is early spring, late winter, or late fall. If we want to do something between now and October, the best time for us is to come down on a Sunday night and do Monday, Tuesday. We can even do like three nights down here because there's just so much going on down here, such great food. So Jamie and I are going to work on more details today about all that. But if you want to go with us on a midweek, we can totally do a midweek. Jamie just tuned in live. She must be getting done with her run. I just ran and she was behind me running. She went out a few minutes after I did, so she's probably walking back to the hotel here. But if you want to come down and visit the wineries with us here on the North Fork, South Fork, stay tuned. We're going to be posting some information on that, and we might try to run a midweek. Leave Sunday, arrive Sunday here. This hotel is amazing, by the way. The Preston House Hotel is like amazing. Turns out the owners of this hotel and the aquarium across the street and the Hyatt across the street are the same family from Raphael Winery. Raphael Winery is a really high-quality winery here on the North Fork that we just now brought more of their wine in. We were at the winery yesterday doing a Facebook Live. They don't have a distributor anymore in upstate New York. Years and years ago, they distributed through Lauber, and we fell in love with their wines. And so we have 3 wines coming back in. So that's the cool thing is you can't get these wines upstate because there's no distributor. You have to actually come here and pick them up and bring them back to your restaurant if you're a restaurant owner in upstate New York. So that's exactly what we did, and we got some really cool stuff from LI Spirits. The owner of LI Spirits rolled out the red carpet for us yesterday, and he's super excited for us to bring a group back. He's like, Marcus, let's do this. We can give you a whole private tasting and all the products LI Spirits has. They're the ones who make LIV vodka, the Rough Rider bourbon, the Rough Rider rye. They make some really cool stuff. Ready to drink cocktails now, which we're going to be stocking at the restaurant. 100-calorie ready to drink cocktails, sweetened with stevia. Really, really cool stuff. And their sorbetta. We did a Facebook Live there yesterday too. You can go back and watch our lives on all the stuff we're doing. We're the places we're at. So stay tuned today for more lives and just some food for thought on Hudson Valley Restaurant Week or any restaurant week for that fact. So hope I didn't offend anybody. Just trying to ask questions. I've been trying to ask questions for years about Hudson Valley Restaurant Week, and I just can't get any answers from really anybody about the legitimacy or where the money's going or how much money goes onto advertising. So my thoughts are, if you're a restaurant, you're signing up for Hudson Valley Restaurant Week or any restaurant week and you're paying $800, in the city it's like $2,000, $1,600. It's insane. But if you're paying an organization to be part of some type of event like that, there should be 100% transparency, and they should be able to, and maybe they do this, and maybe they do this, but they should be able to hand you, here is the breakdown of last year. We brought in $300,000. We spent $255,000 in advertising out of the 250, which is an insane amount of money. Out of the 255,000, we put, $100,000 in Facebook and print. We did this. Here's the breakdown of print. Here's this and this. I don't know if they do that. I don't even know if the board members know. I'm not sure. I mean, I just don't know. And I'd love to know. But if you're a restaurant and you're signing up for something like that, whether it's in any part of the country, ask for the breakdown. Then say, is anybody getting paid to do this? Is this a true community event? Or is this a for-profit event? Is this any money going to charity? It's easy to say, oh, we're donating to the planet, we're donating to this, and give 1%. Any company can say, oh, we're going to donate 1%, and this is for charity. But really get a breakdown. I'd love to see a restaurant ask for a true breakdown of Hudson Valley Restaurant Week and just see where that is. And I'd love to have another organization, but it's trademarked. I'd love to have another organization come in and say, we can do it better, and we're truly a charity. And we can do it better for less money and get better results and think of the community more. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. And we'll talk to you later.